Hey, I'm Mr. Gallagher over at Easton High School. I'm going to do my best here to try and explain the basics of syncing Canvas with PowerSchool so your grades will communicate back and forth efficiently. So where we start for that is on Canvas. And in order to make sure that we're starting off right and communicating with PowerSchool, we are going to have to check out our categories in our assignment. So you're going to go down to Assignments. So click the assignments link and you're going to have all your assignments listed. And in the assignments, you're going to have different groups. So these are some groups I had from my Canvas course I imported from before: assignments, pre-assessments, imported, classwork, quiz, test. You may or may not use all those as far as your grading goes in PowerSchool, but most of these are already in Canvas as begins. But before we can import the actual categories here that are going to communicate with PowerSchool, we have to first make sure that our PowerSchool categories are set up correctly. So we're going to go to PowerSchool, and my categories are pretty simple and they're set up right here. Yours may look a little differently, but these categories are the ones that are going to count for grades and your percentages in PowerSchool themselves. So those categories are over here on grading. Click on categories, and this is where you get those. And this is where you assign your percentages. Quiz, 20, classwork, homework 20, test 60, whatever the policy is for you and your school. But this is important. You may have a bunch of these listed. It may look like this, but these are the only ones that are active for me. These are showing all the inactive. But if you have something on there you don't want that shows as being active, you can click it and make it inactive by clicking over here, and it will immediately go away when you click show inactive or active. Okay, so these are the categories I'm working with for my grades right here. All right, and these are also the grades that will calculate in my quarters. Okay, same here. Okay, hopefully I'm making sense to you so far. So that's the basics from the PowerSchool end. Now, that's important because when we go back to Canvas and we import the categories that will communicate with PowerSchool, we're going to do that right here. So from this assignments page, you're going to go over to these three dots over here. And you can see the choices I have listed. But what you want to do is import assignment groups. So you're going to click that. And it says schedule. Because success, we have received your request to import assignment categories. Click to see progress. So I'm going to take a pause. This may take about 10 seconds to 5 minutes, depending on how much stuff you got in your courses and your network. So I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, I'm back here, and I waited about 20 seconds, and you can see now I have these new clean categories that are going to communicate efficiently and effectively with PowerTeacher, so your grades will sync correctly. All right, but there's nothing in here right now. So now, again, this is for basics. You have to get your information in these categories, and the easy way to do that is by doing this. So you have all your tests in here already, but those will not communicate with PowerSchool. So we have to get these over here. You can see these little symbols with the arrows on the paper. Those are the ones that are talking to PowerTeacher right here. So we're going to go over to three dots right here. I'm going to go to Move Contents. Click Move Contents. And now I'm going to drop them into, it only shows the categories that aren't being used right now. This test here. And I'm going to move them. And again, this might take a couple seconds, and here it goes. Now you can see this test one I had before, it's empty now, but my newly created PowerSchool communication category is all filled up with those items. All right, so you will repeat this for all your categories. I'll do quiz here while I'm taking care of that. Move contents. I'm going to move these to my newly created quiz category. Move it. And there you go. Empty up here. Now the PowerSchool communication category is full of my stuff I need. And then finally, classwork and homework. I'm going to go ahead and move that stuff. New category. Move it. And it is there. So, again, you can put anything you want to be in these categories from any of your lists up here, but only things in these will count. Now, very important here, before I sign off, delete these old ones. So when you're assigning stuff in Canvas, it doesn't double book them. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. This sometimes takes a minute. All right, that one's gone. Make sure it's the old one you're deleting, not the new one. We'll delete this one. A couple seconds here. That one's gone. And then this one's empty. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And now that is gone. In a second. And there you go. You are now ready to sync your grades with PowerSchool when you get to your grade book. And again, that's done through grades. It's taking a while. Sorry. Apologize for that. Just give me a second here. And that is under your actions here, sync to SIS. And as long as you keep it within the parameters of 40 characters or less, it should transfer over to PowerSchool efficiently and effectively. It's not a perfect system, but these are the basics. Hopefully it gets you started in the right way and you're ready to roll with the new quarter. If you need anything else, feel free to contact me. Again, I'm Matt Gallagher of East Lincoln High School, and that is Canvas to PowerSchool Grade Sync Basics. Thanks.